In competitive Beyblade, there is only one thing that everyone wants, and that is to be the best of the best. With the UK's national circuit coming to its final stages, with the big national tournament happening at the start of next year, the leaderboard is really heating up and everyone is battling to get the top space in the UK. In this video, I'm heading to a national store championship where if I come first place, I will actually become #1 in the UK, but there's a few roadblocks in the way. 2 players from my local scene also gunning for that #1 spot in the UK. We have Biscuitboii Harry and we have Tyfi Purple, as well as myself, battling it out to try and get that top space. Whoever wins today goes top of the UK. We are all also content creators, so this is a big battle to see which UK Baytuber can come top of the UK. Let's have a look at what deck I was running for the day, and then we'll hop into that crucial store championship footage. Right, a quick look at my deck. I've got the 3 Pegasus, so Storm Pegasus on a 070 low orb. This will not come out unless I reach the grand final, because then I can try and win with a full Pegasus deck. I have Aero Pegasus at 160 level. That has always been solid for me. I got Pegasus Blast on wheel, 960 Hexa, a nice defensive tanky build. I've got Phoenix Wing. I've retired Coro Phoenix because it has definitely worn itself out. Got Black Phoenix on a 360 low rush. And we've got Shark Scale on a 450 kick. I'm just trying it out on kick today. I'm not sure if this is the build for me, but I'm giving it a go. We'll see how it does. And before we hop into the footage of the tournament, don't forget that I'm doing a giveaway of 2 Royal Blue Night Mails and the gold bit sets. As soon as I hit that 10k mark, I will run the competition. So make sure to sub now so that you're in for a chance to get a hold of those Royal Blue Night Mails and gold bit sets. And if you want to help out the channel, check out Mall of Toys, use discount code BeyMac to get 5% off. That's it. Let's get into that tournament footage. Right, into game 1. I am leading off with that Black Phoenix. I'll be honest, it is not doing it for me, but it does get the extreme. I obviously love Coro Phoenix. That is one of my favourite BeybladeX, but it's about time I gave it a bit of a rest, the Coro Phoenix, and I bought out a fresh Phoenix, Black Phoenix, and then Aero Pegasus getting a pocket. So a nice easy start. Don't usually win the first round that easily. I hate losing the first round, so good to get a decent win from the off. Then I am up against Tyfi, who is, as I was saying in the beginning, one of the guys that is fighting to go top in the UK. He extremes me straight off the gate, which is unfortunate. I pull it back with a pocket from Aero. And then out comes my Pegasus Blast, and it gets flung into a pocket, so quite unfortunate. I thought it would tank a bit better with that Hexa bit, but it didn't do the job for me. Again, starting off with a nice extreme. So Aero Pegasus is actually quite a fresh one. I retired my old Aero Pegasus and the new one's just doing bits for me. And again, I get a burst, so another 4-0 victory. So doing pretty good for my Bushels. And then out comes my Black Phoenix. I'm not sure what I'm up against. Could be a Night Mail. And I do lose to the spin finish on that time out. Next out comes my Aero Pegasus. I probably gave that a bit too much tilt, but luckily I get the pocket, even though it jumped out of the pocket. Then it's my Shark Scale, which, as I said in the beginning, is on a kick. It gets the pocket there. Don't know if I'm a big fan of it on kick. I prefer it to be a bit more aggressive, so on a rush or a low rush. But I gave it its chance today on kick. Yeah, and then Aero again doing bits. Get a nice 4-1 victory there. So I am 3-1 overall. I really need to get 4-1 just to progress to the finals in the Swiss because it is only 5 rounds. Because my Bushels is probably pretty good because I've got quite a high points difference, I could get through on a 3-2, and that was so unfortunate, getting pocketed at the last by a Silver Wolf. And then this one again was unfortunate. It is 1 point if you're chucked out of arena, and yeah, an instantaneous smashed out of the arena, which not ideal. And then this third round is my Pegasus Blast Hexer up against a Wizard Rod, I think on a low orb or a free ball, one of the two. So again, not an ideal matchup. Pegasus Blast Hexer is more of a tanky unit. It outspins quite a lot, but it won't outspin a Rod or a Dragoon or a Silver Wolf. So I'm not really sure why I put Pegasus Blast into this lineup, because my opponent was using heavily stamina. I think every Bey was a stamina build. There might have been a Phoenix Wing attacking build, I can't really remember. But other than that, it was Rod and Wolf on stamina bits. So really I should have just attacked it, tried to get the bursts, tried to get the pockets, but don't know why. I just love Pegasus Blast. I love Pegasus. If you know the channel, you know I am a big Pegasus fan. And it managed to pull a point back there. Then out comes Aero, as it's done so well today. I thought I'd give it its chance again. And I get pocketed, unfortunately. But it is enough. I do finish 7th, so I'm going through to the finals, which is lovely. It was a bit sketchy about whether it'd be enough, but yeah, a 3-2s went through, so I am into the final stages. But also Biscuitboii and Tyfi are also through to the final stages, so again it is a rush to see who could be #1 in the UK, and I am up against Biscuitboii Harry in the first round of the finals. So it is up to 7 points, 1 round. We are doing double elimination, so whoever loses is still in for a chance. They're just in the losers bracket. My Shark Scale out up against his Phoenix Wing. If I can get him to scrape, then I might win, but no. It is outspun. Out comes my Aero Pegasus. I blocked his drop shot, but he still managed to get up there. And some really violent hits around the rail. Level didn't catch on very cleanly, so I lost a heck of a lot of stamina. Up against a red Tyranno beat, I believe it is. Still unsure about Tyranno beat. It always does pretty well in the meta. It's just never been one for me. I did lose to it that time, but yeah, it's never that good attacking, never that good stamina, so I never know. I get boomed into a pocket here, so it's going awfully this first round of finals. Praying I don't get 7-0'd. Biscuitboii does have the favourable side. I do have a preferred side, which is obviously the other side, and Harry also, but he did win the choice at the beginning. It's not ideal, so most of this match I'm trying to block his drop shots, or no, his reverse X's with the drop to try and block his way, but it's just not happening. No matter what I do, I seem to come out short. This is quite a good matchup for me. Aero Pegasus on level up against Covert Dragoon on elevate, I believe it is. Usually I can outspin, but on this one it is a dead tie, so reshoot, no points. This time I haven't had as good luck. I've had some few awkward bounces off the rail. And I do get outspun this time, so I'm 1 point away from being 7-0'd, which is just awful, awful, awful. I just Biscuit Boy is an awesome blader. It's so hard to beat. You've probably seen in a few of my previous videos, we've had some back and forths where I've won some and he's won some, but mostly he's won against me. Just an awesome blader. And I do get 7-0'd, so really not ideal. So I'm into the losers bracket of the finals. My shark scale up out against, I'm pretty sure it's a rod. Got some good hits making him lose quite a bit of stamina, but rod does rod things. Very hard to outspin it if you don't get it knocked into that pocket. So I'm 1-0 down. The Pegasus Blast out now to hopefully tank some of those hits. But it was actually a shroud. He was on a warning. I didn't put the footage in, but that was the second warning. He lost a point for double shrouding essentially. So we're reshooting again with the same bays. Again, Pegasus Blast. Trying to tank some hits, but it had some really bad hits into the rail, so it lost a lot of stamina that time. So not really pleased about Pegasus Blast losing out on that, but Aero doing bits again for me today, getting the pocket. A fresh Aero is one of the nicest things. It's like a fresh one is like S tier, but when it gets worn, it just moves down to like a B tier. My Aero Pegasus 160 actually burst. I don't think it's ever burst. I need to check footage back, but I literally don't think that's ever burst. So it's quite strange that it managed to burst that time. Quite annoying. My Shark on kick managing to outspin the Phoenix. 4-4, so quite a close game. Blast trying to block that drop shot with a reverse. Tanking those hits. This is exactly what I want Pegasus Blast to be doing. I think next time I'll probably go with an attacking blast. I don't know. Not too sure on the Hexa build, but yeah, gets the spin that time. Out comes my Aero. Big smash on his rod, and I managed to get the burst. So moving on to the next round of the losers bracket. This is essentially, whoever wins this is guaranteed 4th place. I think the top 5 get points, so even if I lose this, I'll get a point on the leaderboard, and that'd be good enough. Aero out, up against I believe a hover wyvern. And level with Aero, managing to get the outspin. Out comes that Phoenix Wing in my famous build, 360 low rush. And I outspin once again. I did put out my Pegasus Blast again because I'm such a big Pegasus fan. I'm trying to make it work, like regardless if I think it's good or not. I could have easily put a rod or a silver wolf in today and ran that and would have had probably a better outcome, but I just love Pegasus, and Blast is awesome. Thinking I'll probably move to Valkyrie lock chip with Pegasus Blast and then try and use an attacking setup, maybe Jaggy and a low rush next time, because yeah, I'm just not a fan of stamina / tanky builds. I'd rather attack from the off, especially in these 7-point games. I really don't know why I put Blast in. May as well just go for the big points, and it gets pocketed right there. So 3-2, then I get a nice quick instantaneous pocket. So 4-3. Both winded up. I could have done with probably being a bit more aggressive up against a rod. Do lose the spin, so it's a 4-4 game. It's very, very tight. Aeropegasus out. Up against that hover wyvern. Big smashes. I've got a heavy tilt on Aeropegasus, so it's not ideal, but if it can stand itself up, which it does, then level bit is awesome for that end game. 5-4 to me. Out comes my Pegasus Blast. Up against a Wizard Rod, so probably the worst matchup it could be against. If it was against the other two bays, like the Hover Wyvern, it would have been alright. Doesn't seem to burst too much, my one on Hexa. I think that because Hexa's got the resistant band, it's pretty good at keeping it together, which you pretty much need with CX builds because they are so much taller. And I get pocketed, so I am out of this round. Well, that was a wild day. All three of us content creators went through to the finals. I ended up in 5th place, which I believe gets me 1 point on the leaderboard. But in the actual final was Biscuitboii versus Tyfi Purple. Tyfi coming out on top and taking the space of #1 in the UK. Biscuitboii, I believe, has taken 2nd. I'm not sure where I will end up, 3rd or 4th, but it is getting heated at the top of that leaderboard. If you want to watch their view of this tournament, they both have that tournament footage out. So I'll leave a link in the description for both of their YouTube channels. You can see the grand final of that tournament where it was actually Tyfi versus Biscuitboii. Them two smashed it out of the park. I had a few issues on the day. My launch tech was not all there. Didn't feel 100% confident. So I'm going to take it back to basics with my launch tech with string. Work on a few bits, and I'll be making a video on that in the coming few weeks. But for them two, they absolutely smashed it. Biscuitboii just blew me out of the park. I hate playing against Harry. Biscuitboii, he always beats me. I've beat him a couple of times, but most of the time he beats me. So yeah, it was a good day for the top of the leaderboard where we all got through to the finals. It showed the quality, but obviously them two absolutely smashed it. I'm still gunning for that 1st place, still gunning to get to that national final. So we'll see how it goes in the next few weeks. So make sure to like and subscribe if you want to check out my journey on this national circuit. That's it from me. BeyMac out.